Right, so if you want a bombastic, action-packed sci-fi spectacle, part 2 of a franchise, then that movie's Dune Part 2 by Denis Villeneuve. This review, however, is for Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver, and that movie is not anywhere close to the technical marvel that is Dune Part 2. So this is the second film. It's called The Scargiver. The first film came out last year in December. I watched it recently. This is the payoff film, and it was really bad. Like, this movie should have been like all the emotional payoffs, all the physical action payoffs, and it had nothing. They brought back the same villain. He's the same. He's not like weird or different or anything like that. Ed Skrein is fine. He overacts in this, but this movie just feels like a Star Wars fanfic at the end. At the end, they're fighting with lightsabers at the end, and it's just really over the top, and they all look kind of like Star Wars people. But I forgot aliens were in this movie because they just so much talking. There's even a montage of grain collecting in this movie, and there's even a scene where they just have a montage of all the backstories of all of the warrior characters for like 15 minutes of just, this is my backstory. Now, this is my backstory. The movie is dull, bleak, gray, joyless. Even the action, you can't even say, oh, I just like the visuals, or I like the action. The action's terrible in this film. There's no sense of choreography or scale for the battles. There's just a lot of faceless soldiers shooting at people, laser guns, plasma going off, a couple of explosions once in a while, awkward slow-mo again. Just the slow-mo isn't utilized really well. I think Zack Snyder's lost his touch because this movie is just a mess. I mean, it's barely 2 hours long. It's all clunky. You get some action at the end, but it's all like just the most generic thing you've seen before. I've seen this stuff in like TV shows where you go to the village and they're like, oh no, the warriors are coming, so I'm going to show you how to, you know, shoot at dummies and stuff like that. We've seen that before. The movie stretches incredulity to the maximum. You're supposed to believe that an entire village is supposed to like build barracks and like underground cave systems and collect grain and learn to shoot within 5 days. And I think they used the same henchman twice. They killed him in an earlier scene, but he shows up on the ship. So either that or there's everyone looks like a burly Viking in this movie. Even the villains aren't even developed. They have like this squad of laser sword users to fight Nemesis. They're not set up or anything. They're just a bunch of faceless goons. And yeah, there's not much else going on. The part that I was most looking forward to was the robot, whose name... James? Yeah, James is the name of the robot. His scene should be more triumphant, or whatever. His scene should be more triumphant, but it's just really quick, and he comes in way too late. He literally shows up in the last 20 minutes of the movie, and they've been setting him up since the beginning of the first film. And, you know, he's a one-man wrecking machine, but he doesn't show up till the end, and it just kind of feels like needed more of him, or they should have played around with the AI angle more or something. This movie just doesn't have any themes or anything. It's just very generic, sort of, we have to do the resistance now or whatever, and they even have the last minute charge of ships coming in, and she just like snowballs through everyone, steamrolls everyone in the movie, even the villain. Really bland characters all around. And there's barely any character development for Cora. She basically just develops a romance, and then for no reason, you know, it's the very bare minimum of character development for any of the characters. I didn't feel anything when some of them died. It was just all around just bland affair. Like this felt like the white rice of sci-fi movies. Nothing to like here, to be honest. I'll give it a 3 out of 10 because I like the robot.